Hey, what's up, YouTube? What's up, my family? How y'all doing? All right, it's story time. I want to tell y'all a story about racism when I was growing up. It started for me when I was in grammar school. I mean, I lived in Jersey, so our school went from kindergarten to the 8th grade. So you basically stay in one school. I never heard of like junior high and stuff like that because we didn't have that at the time. We didn't have like junior high and stuff like that. You went to one school, you went from kindergarten to the 8th grade, and you get the hell out. Okay, but anyway, my racism started in my school. I went to school with only black and white. But the area I lived in Jersey was very prejudiced at the time that I went. I know this is gonna sound crazy, y'all, but it happened. Like, I know people that's from Jersey can vouch for what I'm saying to you. It's just was ridiculous. So, like, when we be in school, it was these guys called the Bones. These were some white guys that was called the Bones. And we were scared of the Bones. Trust and believe me. Because matter of fact, you know, we're kids. So these was grown behind people. So we definitely were scared of them. So like we be in school and the Bones would come to our school whenever they wanted to. And terrorize us. So what our teachers would tell us is, you know, bring a weapon. Like, honestly, I'm not making this up. Like, they would say, like, bring a weapon so you can protect yourself because they're in the building. So we would bring, like, change, a knife, or whatever you had as a weapon. It wasn't no guns back then, so it was guns, but I don't know. I ain't playing with nobody with guns. But anyway. So I would bring like a chain, you know, so I can wrap around my hand like I'm gonna fight a whole man. Like that was just stupid, you know. And I always thought, you know, in my mind, the police was never called. And this happened through my whole years that I was in the school. The teachers never ever called the police, and I wish these teachers was alive or I knew where these teachers were, because I would like to ask them, why you never called the police? Like, what the hell is that? Like, you know. But anyway, so like you be doing your work in your classroom, you know, and all of a sudden over a loudspeaker you hear intruders in the building, intruders in the building. So everybody already knows, like, oh shoot, you know, you open up your desk, you get your stuff out, you know. So now you got to be like, you know, and fight or flight, you know. Like you can't run because it's like you're in the classroom. And we had 2 doors in our classroom. We had 2 doors. Matter of fact, I think we had 3 doors because we had the clothes room, you know, the coat room. We had the coat room, so I think that coat room had a door. So anyway, when you sitting there working now, we already know like intruders in the building. So what we would do is just sit there and just keep quiet. She would say, you know, just keep quiet. But then like they would actually like, I guess, bend down because, you know, all the windows, you know, the class doors had windows, so you can't see them. So all you hear is like a doorknob, and you see the door opening, and you're like, oh my God, like they're coming. But they try to get in the classroom, and the teacher like would start screaming, and, you know, like, I ain't gonna lie, she was like, you know, trying to stop them from getting to us. They wasn't after her, they was after us. you know, the kids in the classroom. And I had white kids in the classroom and black kids in the classroom. So I don't know what the hell's going on here. So this went on and on, you know. And I never forget, my sister, she was in the school with me, but she was like ready to get up out of there, right? She was ready to graduate, you know, go to high school and the whole nine. So when the Bones had came, my sister was in the bathroom. Now, I was on the first floor because I'm young. So the bathroom was downstairs in the basement. And that's where the gym went. That's where the gym was at. And my sister was down there. She went to the bathroom. You know, I know because she told me what happened. So as she came out of the bathroom, these Bones is all over the school. They saw my sister. So my sister, she ain't the type, you know, like just be like, yo, she gets scared. She ain't that one. She ain't that girl. You know what I'm saying? So they had caught her like on the staircase, like, you know what I'm saying? So now she fighting with these people. This is what she told me. She said that, you know, she was fighting with them and one of them had like a stick, you know, and hit my sister in the leg, yo. He opened up her leg, right? So she's still fighting this fool, like, you know, it was crazy, right? So now we gotta go home to our parents and be like, you know, Mom, like, you know, these Bones came up there, and, you know, Sissy got hurt, you know, she had to go to the hospital, you know, the whole nine, like, that was just that day, you know what I'm saying? Like, and still nobody, like, you know, my mom came up to the school and everything, you know, I don't know what they said, you know, they grown folks or whatever the case may be, and it was really nothing they can do because nobody called the cops. Like, nobody called the cops. Like, I'm not understanding. I mean, my mom did what she had to do, but, like, the school itself, it didn't do anything. Like, this was just crazy. Like, so one day they had came up there, and I think a lot of them must have came. They came up in the school, and it was like intruders in the building. Because, you know, like, we've been through this so much. It was like a normal thing now. This is just like normally, like, they ain't here yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, so now we like, you know what? We just going to get together, and we're just going to, fight. Like, you know, but these grown men, right? So anyway, that day, you know, those days went by. But where I lived at, the block I lived on was like a store around the corner. You know, you could buy your ice. How you say it? Your Sundays. You could buy Sundays, hamburgers. It was a little how you say it? Soda shop. It was a soda shop actually. So we bought magazines out of there, comic books. I was big on comic books. I would buy my comic books. You know, we buy books and stuff out of there. So the Bones had told the man that worked there, he was like, stop letting these Negroes, you know, these ninjas in the store. So he was just like, you know, I guess he said, you know, you're not going to tell me what to do, you know, like, what you doing right now? So they had beat him up, like, for real. I went there one day to get something, I don't know, some candy or something like that. Yo, his eyes was messed up. Like, he had 2 black eyes. His face was swollen. I'm like, oh my God, what the hell is going? Oh my God, I know the Bones did this. Like, this is crazy. So check this out. Now, like I said, the block we live on, right across the street, there's a library, our library. So, and back of the library was called the Village. Okay? We were not allowed to go to the Village. Blacks, no, you're not allowed to go to the Village. No. Ain't doing that. You can't go. So, but we used to sneak over there when trick-or-treating came because they gave us some good candy. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so now what the Bones would do is they hang over there by the library because they had like benches. So they be sitting on the benches and they could just basically look across the street at you, like, you know, like what y'all looking at, you know, we kids, you know, we ain't bothering nobody. Like, so one day they came, but it was me, my sister, my brother, my friends. We had all went to the soda shop, and we was going to get some stuff. You know what I'm saying? We like candy. You know, back in the day, you did like candy for a quarter, you overdose. You know what I'm saying? Like, but anyway, they ran across the street, and I'm like, oh my god, like, oh, here they come, you know. So now they like touching on us, you know, and we like trying to fight. We kids though, you know, we trying to fight and everything, right? So I'm just like, you know, trying to get my brother, you know, like, don't touch my brother, you know what I'm saying? Like, because everybody else already like ran, everybody just scattered everywhere. So now they had my brother. So I'm like, get the my brother, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to hit these guys and all this here. They had my brother in the air. This is no lie, y'all. They had my brother in the whole air. You know, feel me? So he went in his back pocket and he pulled out some liquor, like some type of liquor, and he had my brother and he was pouring the liquor down my brother's throat. I was just like, oh no. Because remember, I only live, like I said, it was on my corner, it was around the corner from me. So I ran home and I was like, Mom, my stepdad, you know, I was like, yo, they got my brother and they doing whatever. So they hit my phone. When my dad came out, my stepdad came out, he came out and he got his boys, you know what I'm saying? They all came around there. You know, because it's on now. Like, it's going down. It's going down now. Now, these grown behind men, my stepfather don't play with him. Like, my family don't play with us like that anyway. So, when they got around it, my brother was by himself because they booked out. So, my brother, like, walking, like, singing songs, you know what I'm saying? Because he's drunk, you know what I'm saying? He drunk, right? So I'm like, yo, this is getting ridiculous. Like, this is just ridiculous. So check this out. So now, this is what we're going to do. This is like a normal thing for us, for these guys, their bones. You know, if y'all hear me right now, bones, shame on you. I wish I knew who y'all were. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Yeah. Now listen now. They was treacherous because I have an older brother, you know what I'm saying, and uncles and stuff like that be together, and they used to have to fight these guys, like, for real though, because they didn't want you to go past certain blocks. But my brother and them ain't feeling that, you know. They like, please, my brother can fight, bro. Like my brother straight, trust me, and my uncles and them. So anyway, I had went to my grandma's house, right. This is so crazy, y'all. Like, I just could not get away from this here. This is racism, y'all. Like, for real. So now I go to my grandmother's house, right? I'm at my grandmother's house, spending the night, whatever. I be up in grandma's all the time. That's who really raised me. So I said, Grandma, like, can I go to the store and get some Chinese food? I like the fried rice, shrimp fried rice. So she was like, yeah, make sure you come right back. I said, okay. So I just wanted to go give me a little small container, right? So now where we live at, across the street is Bayonne. This side of Jersey City, this is Bayonne, right? Jersey City, Bayonne. Jersey City, Bayonne. Okay. So once you get across the street, you're in a whole nother borough. You're in Bayonne. So I want to order my Chinese food now. I got my Chinese food, so I can't wait, you know, till I get to the house. So I'm eating my Chinese food, my little box. You know, I had a little box of it walking down the street, you know, back to across the street. So before I can get across the street, it was like some police that was parked like right there. So they had said, come here. To the police said to me, come here. And I was like, no. My grandmother, you know, my mama done raised me like, don't be going to no stranger police and no police. Don't ain't doing that type stuff, right? So I kept it moving, right? So they got out the car, right? So I was like, oh, what is this? Like, so they came to me and they was like, what did you say? So I was like, I didn't say anything. I'm eating my Chinese food. I'm eating my rice. He was like, I heard what you said. And I was like, I didn't say anything. But when I was eating my rice, you know, if you're eating too fast rice, I don't know if it happens to you, it had got stuck. Like, I was eating so fast that I was like choking. So he was like, I heard what you said. And I was like, I didn't say anything. He was like, Pow! He smacked, the cop smacked me so hard. My food went flying. My face had a whole print of his hand on my face. So now I'm running. I'm just running, right? I'm just running now. When I run, it's like buildings, right? Like different buildings. So, you know, my uncle lived in one of the buildings and he saw me running and he called me out the window. He lived way upstairs from me, like on 9th, 10th floor or whatever. He like, yo, P, what's wrong? And I just couldn't say anything because I was crying and I was hurt. He almost knocked my teeth out. Like, he hit me so hard, he almost knocked my tooth loose, like, for real. So I'm running to my grandma. I need to get to my grandmother building. So I get up to my grandmother building. I was like, Grandma. She's like, what the hell? Oh my God, what happened? Who touched you? So she thinking that, you know, somebody in the hood, you know, like, touched me or whatever. I'm like, nah. These two cops, he slapped me so hard. He knocked my food. He said, he hit me. Right? So now, my uncle, my brothers, all my family, like, yo, what happened? Like, tell me what happened. I told them what happened. And they was like, they did that? I was like, yep. I still had the handprint. Like, the handprint wasn't gone. Like, the handprint was all over my face. Right? So they was like, they did what? So I can't tell y'all what happened with my family, like, you know, with that situation. You know what I'm saying? Because I really don't know. I'm a kid. You know, I really, really, really don't know. Right? So, anyway. So now, I get older. And, so, you know, racism was still there. But not as bad, I thought. So now I moves here in this Temecula, Brooklyn. So now I would go see my sister, right? I'm grown. I had whole kids, no, like I had 2 kids, right? So I went to go see my sister, right? So Jersey is very small where I lived at, like, so I ain't catching no bus to no train because it's short. I ain't give up my money like that, right? So anyway, it's nice outside. So, you know, I decide to walk. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm walking down, you know, I'm a west side. It's called West Side. We're going down West Side. So it was like 2 white boys leaning on the car, right? So as I walk by, now mind you, I'm grown. I got 2 kids. So, you know, so they was like, yo, like that to me. And I was like, what? They was like, yo, get up out of here. They literally went like this with their foot, get up out of here. Like, I was supposed to go, oh my God. I was like, yo, hold up. I was like, yo, hold up. So I wanted someone to do it again. Do it again, man. So now they kind of shocked because I don't know if the blacks over there is having this or not, but I know I'm a whole Brooklyn right now. I'm best die do a freaking die. Like, I know, like, what? I know Jersey still ain't freaking having this because I don't even know why these dudes did that because I'm ready to just do them both. And I'm like, I'm ready to do both of y'all right now. So they was like kind of shocked. They was like, nah, nothing. I was like, yeah, I thought so. So I kept it moving, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I just wanted to tell y'all this story because a lot of people I tell this story to, you know, when I went to school, like, it was rough because racism, you know what I mean? So, you know, people go through racism like right now. I really understand, you know, how they feel. And as a child growing up at my age, to be so young and to be subjected, you know, in this time, you know, to this madness, you know, was really hard on me, you know what I mean? I mean, I ain't had no beef with no white person, you know what I'm saying? Because I went to school with them. I went to school that we was only black and white. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was only black and white. I ain't gonna lie. We ain't even had no Spanish in our class. Like, we ain't had no Spanish in our classroom. So, it was kind of like, you know, normal. It was normal. It was literally a normal thing. But I ain't had no gripe with them, you know, because I lived in the area where that's all it was. You know what I'm saying? It was black and white. So, you know, we had to go to the stores, and I never paid it no mind when I went into the store to go buy something and what this man was thinking in his head or anything like that. You know, I mean, the way people was fighting back, letting them know, like, we're not gonna stop serving them. It's really, really, really sad, you know. And to see a whole man get, you know, beat down almost to death. This man was kind of old, you know. To see him hurt like that, it made me really like, really wanted to stop coming to the store because I didn't want him to keep getting beat, you know, like that. But anyway, y'all, that's my story time. It's crazy, you know what I'm saying? I just wish that I could speak to one of the teachers, or, you know, speak to one of the teachers and ask, why you never call the cops? Why? Why? You know? But anyway, I'm gonna go. Peace, y'all. Just had to let y'all know this little story time. I hope y'all learned something from this and enjoyed this story, because it had always been on my mind. I never said nothing about it. You know, when I tell people this story, they be like, nah, like for real, for real. I know New York had theirs too, you know what I'm saying? Like, people going to school. But I was a little kid. I was very, very young. So anyway, y'all, peace. I'm out.